A woman leaves a marriage and takes her child. She imagines a fresh start, more freedom, more respect, a partner who finally sees her value. Often, reality is quieter and sharper. Today, we ask plainly, can she find lasting happiness now? Let's be honest about the practical changes that follow separation. Time becomes split between work, school runs, evenings, and routines that revolve around someone else. That scarcity of time narrows dating opportunity because availability itself is a signal, and less of it reduces options. Profiles change quickly. When a woman once experienced abundance and choice, adding the phrase, "I have a child," often flips the dynamic. Message volume drops, and the effort expected of suitors shifts. Men who once courted may now assess cost and effort before replying. Some see responsibility and step forward. Many see complexity and step back. Beyond time and perception, there's an emotional burden, memories of feeling highly desired before and expecting similar reception after. That expectation collides with a market that evaluates different cues now. These are not moral failings, they are structural realities. Recognizing them clears fantasy and enables intentional strategy. Social judgment and occasional financial strain further complicate choices, and pride often hides the plain necessities of starting over, too. Think of dating as a marketplace of signals and incentives. Markets are not moral judges. They simply reward certain behaviors and ignore others. Simplicity is rewarded. Perceived friction is discounted. A child can appear as additional complexity, schedules to accommodate, long-term considerations, and practical obligations. For many daters, that complexity lowers perceived upside. A single woman may receive plentiful messages and options. A single mother often finds herself initiating contact. That opens the door to a subset of people who value convenience over commitment, or who have fewer options themselves. Genuinely selective, dependable partners may self-filter out because they seek availability combined with mutual investment. Therefore, the tactical task becomes communicative. Translate complex life into clear, trustworthy signals. When complexity is framed with honesty and competence, it attracts the right listeners. The tactical response is to make competence visible in small cues, punctuality, planning, and calm consistency that reads as reliability. These cues change perceptions quickly. Psychology offers a calm map for practical action. Principle 1. Signal what you want, not what you fear. Replace anxious language with concise statements of values. Principle 2. Quality over quantity. A smaller pool of aligned people beats a flood of ill-fitting attention. Principle 3. Present constraints as competence. Routines and responsibilities are strengths when framed as reliability and care. Parenting often demonstrates punctuality, planning, patience, and real-world empathy, traits many long-term partners prize. But for those traits to be noticed, they must be visible in short, digestible cues. That is the craft: honest presentation, steady behavior, and calm expectation setting. Make those traits visible in short, honest phrases, a single sentence that communicates reliability. Use clear, calm messages, offer concrete plans rather than vague promises, and keep small, repeatable rituals. These signals reshape first impressions and invite steady commitment over time. Core lesson, stated plainly: when the market narrows, clarity widens the path. Repeat that: clarity widens the path. First, availability is a resource. Spend it deliberately. Instead of scattering time across uncertain encounters, choose 2 reliable windows each week for dating. Consistency signals seriousness. Microaction: block 2 90-minute slots, protect them, and treat them as appointments. Second, lead with values, not logistics. Replace a blunt line like, "I have a 7-year-old," with, "I prioritize steady weekends, family time, and honest communication." Values attract similar values and paint a clearer picture faster. Third, reframe responsibility as strength. A morning routine, a packed lunch, a steady bedtime are shorthand for competence. Describe them briefly. Let them read as assets. Fourth, use short, direct screening questions early. Ask about long-term goals in one sentence. If someone avoids practical talk, they may not be planning forward. Fifth, set boundaries that invite alignment. A single line, "I'm looking for steady partnership, not casual dating," filters out low investment options. Boundaries are invitations, not walls. Sixth, cultivate small rituals that communicate predictability. A weekly family-friendly dinner, a consistent Sunday walk, a shared chore. Those rituals are signals others can match. Seventh, prioritize self-care as a signal. Calm presence is attractive. 15 minutes a day of focused practice steadies mood and clarifies judgment. Repeat the mnemonic aloud. Signal, select, stabilize. Signal your values, select who hears them, stabilize with small, visible habits. For example, rewrite your profile opener to something concise and inviting. I value steady weekends, thoughtful conversation, and predictable family time. Try 2 short screening questions that reveal long-term thinking. What does a good weekend look like for you? And how do you balance work and family plans? Choose a ritual that feels authentic, a Sunday walk, a shared dinner, or a regular story time you protect. Practice short, calm replies that show competence and warmth. Repeat the mnemonic aloud. Signal, select, stabilize. Say it again in different tones. Signal your values, select who hears them, stabilize with small, visible habits. Keep a simple checklist and act on it tonight. These repeated steps are small, but they accumulate into clear, trustworthy patterns that others notice. Final checklist for tonight. Block 2 dating windows, rewrite 1 profile sentence to lead with a value, prepare 2 short screening questions, and pick 1 weekly ritual and keep it. Here is the seal. Happiness in the relationship market is not a prize you win by chance. It is built by how you choose to present and protect your life. Leaving a marriage is not automatically a mistake, but it does change the landscape. The faster you map that landscape, the faster you can act intentionally. Choose who hears your story and choose how you tell it. That is agency. That is the foundation for real, durable connection. Act intentionally. Small choices compound into steady stability and clearer outcomes. Leaving a marriage with a child changes everything. Many who expect freedom and renewed respect find instead a narrower field, where time is scarce, choices are fewer, and strangers calculate cost before offering care. This is not moral condemnation, it is the blunt logic of incentives. Knowing that logic is not defeat, it is the first step toward strategy. If you are making this choice, treat it as a project that needs mapping. Decide what you must protect: your child's routine, your emotional bandwidth, and your financial footing. Decide what you can signal: reliability, predictability, and calm. These elements are not weaknesses to hide, they are qualities to present intentionally. Understand the market, but do not surrender to it. Plenty of people will treat single parents as temporary or convenient options. Others will withdraw because they cannot imagine the long view. Yet deliberate, principled partners exist, and they respond to clarity more than to drama. Practical habits change perception. Block a couple of consistent windows for meeting people and protect those times. Describe your priorities in 1 simple sentence rather than a list of complaints. Use 2 short screening questions that reveal future orientation. Frame parenting as evidence of competence, not as a burden. Maintain small rituals of self-care to keep judgment steady. These choices do not erase pain or guarantee perfect outcomes, but they convert uncertainty into a sequence of deliberate moves that increase the chance of lasting connection. If you leave, do so with eyes open and with a plan that preserves the child's stability while cultivating the life you want. That informed, strategic approach is how regret becomes a lesson and how intention becomes a foundation for a better future. Start tonight. Pick one small step and commit to it for 30 days to test its effect.